will start gathering on the streets and protest and demands a better life. So you give them more resources, you sign the laws that are useful to them. And you have to deal with that because protests will become more violent and you'll have to take care of it. So if you don't stop it, they will storm the palace and damage it, and you'll have to repair it. Or you can try to, well, you can try to negotiate with them, of course. But in this case, you'll have to make promises, and you have to fulfill these promises too. And you need resources for that. And of course, you can suppress protest with the police. But this will also lead that society will become radicalized. People will start to create gangs and secret societies, and they will start working behind the scene to overthrow you, create sabotages in your town, attack some buildings, and do other weird stuff just to uh, chase you out of the office. And you have to deal with that. Uh, it is a player who decides what he thinks is best for his people. So he'll have to decide which class he wants to support, and he have to deal with other classes that won't be happy and that will actually fight against the player's rule. So this is a Capital in a nutshell.
Okay, I will try to raise. They are telling me to raise your volume a little bit. I'll try to raise it.
So
Maybe
how about it
10
now?
I will start the game and we will talk. We go along and talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, but can I see the screen with the game?
Yes. I've left you the link for the stream in Discord.
Okay, let me check it.
Can you are you able to see it? You will have a delay for about more or less 10 seconds. But if I share my screen with you, I will be unable to stream it.
Okay, I think I've entered Twitch.
Yes.
And now it's loading.
Yes. When everything is set with you, we can.
Yeah.
I will. At the moment, I'm starting a campaign. Well, with normal. Do you have any other? It's the best thing, I guess. Just to start another campaign.
Course. Yeah.
Jomig, I've tried to raise the volume a little bit of Lapovich. If you can send me a feedback, just say. Kapital is a brilliant game, Asphodel. It's brilliant. It's just fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
I'm following I'm following the chat.
Yeah, this screen explains what the Capital is about. That it's not a game about a happy city where you just start in a small village and then grew into a huge empire. Capital is a game about crisis, about a crisis management, about conflict in human society. You'll deal with this game with these problems.
Yes, and the struggle between classes, it's quite obvious and it's very hard to make it spot on. I will not say that it's perfect, but it's quite visible.
Yeah, and we are working right now to make it class struggle even sharper. We're adding new features where people from different classes clashes with each other. Actually, one class is attacking another class, and player can intervene or just ignore these events, depending on his strategy.
Where is your studio based?
We're from Belarus, but actually our studio, well, the core team is located in Belarus, but we also work with freelancers freelancers from multiple countries: Russia, Ukraine.
How big
So
is
we
your
have an
team?
international team.
How big is your team?
3 people as a core members, but we also hire freelancers to do specific tasks like creating icons, art, graphics, and other music.
It's I assume it's very hard to make a game of this magnitude with just 3 people and contractors.
Well, actually, yes, I didn't realize when I started this project that it will grow to this scale. Actually, I planned to finish the game in 1 year, and now 3 years later, we still have 6 months before a release to make everything perfect as I want to.
Okay, now at this point of the game, I will just make a small statement. The first dialogues that we have is between the 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 rich people, the bourgeois. I do not know how to say it in English. Bourgeois
Gorgeous.
and yes, and the entrepreneurs. It's like, well, what I expect the the parts of these two are very. I would expect that the parts of these two roles would be similarish, but they are not. You are spot on their struggles, and you can see the at this moment after the first dialogues, and where they show their priorities on the top left. There's my objectives. Now I will let you to do the speaking. It's just because I did not want to interrupt you and skipped a little bit the dialogues. I will start playing as you speak.
Okay.
My objective is to repair the palace. Now. How did you got the idea of making a game like this? Where did you get this idea?
On a Steam discussion board, I was looking for another city builder game, and I was checking reviews, and some people complained that like, hey guys, we have plenty resources in the storages, but in our city people are still dying from hunger. The game is definitely broken because I do everything that system asks. I've created resources, gathered it on the storage, but still people are dying. And I thought, yeah, it must be a really uh, painful feature in the game if this happens. But if we look about into a real life, uh, it happens everywhere. Actually, there's plenty of foods in shops and in the warehouse. But still, there are hungry people in every city and every town and every country in the world. So it's not about how much resources the society have. It's all about distribution. Some people will get the best parts, the most of the resources, while majority of the people will have the minority of the resources. And this is actually when I think that it would be good to make a game that shows this aspect of human societies. That it's not about how wealthy your society is, but it's all about resource distribution. Uh, and of course, people, it's about different groups of people in the society that have different opinions of what the future should be, how the country should be shaped, which laws might be signed in the first place. And of course, in every country, people have different opinions on their lives. Somebody thinks that the life is good, other people thinks that the life is bad, and no government actually can solve this issue. No government can make everyone happy at the same time. And I've tried to recreate these problems in this game. And of course, when you have insufficient resources, yeah, it's also this conflict became very obvious.
Yes. Now I've ended up my first objective, and the bourgeois is telling me to do something. Now the entrepreneur. The first part of this game is very focused on profit, and I understand that in a gameplay perspective. But I I was expecting to be more based on housing and social and on the people, but that's we do this in a logical way. If we do not have food, there's no point. It's quite interesting. What was
Uh,
your biggest struggle making this game? What was your biggest issue? It's 2021. There's some sort of a pandemic going around. Did that thing make your life harder? What was your problems during the making of this game?
well, the main problems was the mistakes when I planned the scope of the project. I hope to keep the scope pretty low and make this game much quicker, like in 1 year. And once we start working it, for a few months we thought that this is possible because when you start prototyping, everything seems to go very quicker. But once you start polishing features, you understand that each feature requires a lot of more time, so that game doesn't feel like a prototype, like a real game. And it was easy to understand and fun to play. And this was the main problem. We started this whole project. Like I've left my job and started working full time on my game with a coder. We have about a budget of $3,000, I think. And now I'm just, I wouldn't repeat this mistake ever again. I won't start a project just having the $3,000 because for in 3 years it takes a lot more money than that. And for a time, for a few, there were periods that we really struggle actually, and I wasn't sure if we will be able to continue to develop this project.
Yes,
But
yes.
fortunately, we managed to find a publisher, One C Entertainment, and they funded us, provided us with funds, and now we can focus on the development rather than looking for sources, money sources.
Yes,
Um,
yes. Uh, I now that I didn't know this game before. Ricardo came to me and told me, "Well, it's yours to present it." And I love city builders. I just love them, but I did not know about this one. How hard do you think it will be for you to show this game that now I know it's very cool to play? It's an excellent game. How hard do you think it will be for you to show it to everyone? What will be your biggest struggle? Do you have any plans to supplant them?
Sorry, I didn't understand your question. Are you
Do you have
talking
any
about the
plans to
market?
show? Do you think it will be very hard to show this game? Every day on Steam releases hundreds of games, and some of them are shovelware. You have here quite a gem. Do you think it will be hard for you to show your game and make it discoverable to other people?
I don't know really because I'm a developer and I'm focused on making this
Oh,
game the best experience as possible. But because we have a publisher, we'll work with them, and I hope they will promote the game and will find ways to tell people about it.
do you have any funny stories during the development?
Well,
This on top of starting a huge game endeavor with only $3,000 to start with.
we have quite a lot of stories about it. I'm not sure about it's funny or not, so let me just talk them, speak them out.
Of course,
Uh,
feel free.
when we when we create a first prototype and start showing this game to different people, when people were starting playing, they want to start their building houses to provide people with shelter, and this wasn't the course of the game. because you start the game when the city is destroyed, and the first thing you need to do is actually to rebuild your economy, to uh, build factories that will provide you with resources. And the first thing that you do in the game is you actually sign a tax law so that gorges start paying money. You have money to build houses. So the game starts that you are rebuilding the economy. And gamers actually, they won't start with helping people without having money, wood, or any resources. So just they were asking, why can't we build houses? Because the real economy doesn't work like that. You can't just start helping anybody when you have nobody, when you have nothing, no resources.
Yeah, that was my first thought. Also, I've told you.
Yeah,
Then I
and
thought, yeah, I
I
thought
was
a bit about
surprised
it,
that
and you are right. You are completely right. It makes no sense, but it was my
yeah,
first.
I was surprised that I have to explain such trivial things to the players because they are not get used to it. So you start playing City Builder and you already have something, and you
Yeah,
just make everyone happy, build more stuff, become richer and richer, and then you live in a perfect empire in a perfect city.
yeah. Of course,
And
it's a template on our heads. There's a template, but it makes no sense if we talk a bit, if we think a bit about it.
yeah, I want to explain a little more about capital economy
Let's
because
go.
it's a little bit different than other city builders. But just give me 1 minute. I need to fix something because my phone is battery is dying and I need to plug it into
Okay,
the socket.
okay. Okay.
Just 1 moment, please.
The time you need. So now I'm just following the objectives because I'm not as good as Lapovich as to describing the game, and he's very passionate. And I'm just following the objectives. This first part of the game just functions a little bit like a tutorial, and it have helped me a little bit. Shiryu, we will have revolts in a while, riots in the streets. Now the people are starting to make demands, but the first part of the game is just to improve economy per se. Let me see if I
Build
can.
it from scratch, actually.
Yes, yes. I was talking about repairing because once upon a time this town had one. It was
Mhm.
destroyed. So you were talking about the economy, Lapovich.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, when we start prototyping the game, I wanted to create a real simulation and to simulate everything. Like people are going to the factory and receive salary, so they receive money. They go with this money to pub or canteen, spend money, and they go to their homes. And we prototyped this mechanics, and it allows people to become richer and poorer. Uh, and when I actually try to play this game, I understand that I just don't understand what's going on because workers, they just, for some unknown reasons, they didn't want to go to canteens, and I've built canteens and I didn't understand why it's happening. And then we created logs to check out what's really happening in the game. And I figure out that uh, with the first salary, the worker became a millionaire in the game logic, and he didn't want to go to canteen; he wanted to restaurant. And the game didn't explain this to a player. And in this case, I just figure out that just going into too many details makes the system just too complex to understand. And we kill lots of small features, make it more simplistic, but we maintain the key aspect on the economy that I want to bring into this game. And the key aspect is that the main source of resources that you get is your people. And at the same time, people are the source of problems. So whenever you build a plant like a wood factory, it doesn't provide wood from nothing. You some workers work on them, and you have to pay. Wood factory spends gold and give you wood, and all other factories work in the same way. So you need money to produce every resources, and the money is main resource of this game, and the main source of the money are your people. It's bourgeois class who pay taxes and also satisfying people's needs, like when people go to restaurant or theater and you fulfill their needs, they also pay money that goes straight to budget. The more people you have, the more money you can earn. But at the same time, people want not only food and entertainment, they also want decent living. They want you to sign specific laws that benefit to specific class, and they demand, they ask you that you do things that make their life
Mhm.
better. And because three classes have different views on what they want, you just can't get along with all classes. As I told you, each class has a role in the game. Like nobles serves as officials and police. Borgias pay taxes and they provide you with gold, and workers work on the factory. But because you can't have a good relationship with all classes, you have to think your strategy carefully.
Yes.
Which class you want to support, which to suppress, and
Yeah,
how to
to manage.
maintain your system. Yeah, that having bad relationship with the class won't break your economy.
I know. Uh, 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 Let me just put the food factory, and there you go. It's a struggle. It's a permanent struggle. At least not in the beginning, but in a while it will start to be a struggle.
Yeah, because people arrive every day in your city
Yeah,
and your population always grow. And this is what happens in real life. When you have a country destroyed, uh, people from outskirts just pour into cities, even if there is no job. But still, in the city, it's easier to survive than on the countryside. And this is what happens also in the game. People are pouring into your time, into your city, and you just have to come along with it. You have to develop economy to create more resources to satisfy more people's needs. But still, demands are high,
now I can. I
as in life.
Yes. Now I can pass another law. What do you suggest? I have another law another act that I can pass. What would be your
Well, you
suggestion? The first one is
well,
mandatory.
yeah, you can follow quests. Uh,
Oh, they. Oh, yes, I know. I've anticipated the medicine one. So let's just follow along the quest line.
yeah, for now you can pick medicine because it will be
Yes.
required in the quest.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Uh,
the next one. Yeah, I remember.
Beginning of the game also serves the purpose of explaining the player basics of a game economy because it's not as simple as in other city builders. Uh, so you have to maintain source of resources, gold, wood, food, and alcohol, and after that you have to take care of people's needs, like provide them with medicine and finally with shelter, with houses,
They
which
live a lot.
gamers want to put in the
They
first place.
sleep around campfires. I do not know what they need more. It's perfect.
Mm, yeah, but it's autumn, as you can see in the graphics,
Yeah, yeah.
so it's not very healthy. They
Of
will
course.
start losing health if they spend too many nights near campfires. And of course, you need to provide them with houses as quick as you can, actually, when you have this opportunity. But even when you rebuild all the buildings, you'll have a lot of threats and a lot of events that will happen in your city that will require you to decide.
I've noticed that even on resting time, I can demolish things, but I do not think that the materials, the raw materials, that I receive any of them. Is it supposed to be like that? How does
Uh,
demolishing work? It's
yeah,
people.
it works and it provides you with resources. Probably we need to highlight it better uh,
No, I
because
think
each
that yeah, they keep demolishing things, but I do not think I receive the resources at the end if they work on the resting hours or something like so.
if you place your cursors on the demolish button, there will be a hint which will tell you how much resources will you get.
Okay.
And once the demolish is complete, you'll get these resources, but probably we need to make it this visual effect more visible on the screen. So we have tons of tickets in our to-do list with
Oof.
small polishing. Yeah, but for now we're still working on a game features. So there is a lot of stuff that will be added
I,
in
c-
the recent months.
I can relate to the next objective. There is build the alcohol plant, alcohol factory. It would be
Uh,
my choice also.
and you,
Without beer, my life would be so bad.
yeah, try to demolish wood piles,
Yeah,
and they'll
it's
provide you
what I'm
with
doing. Yeah, I'm doing like that, just to gather some more wood so I can build. Oh, there we go. I was hoping for the next riot to arise, so but they are still very happy. People is still very happy. But they are becoming
uh,
angry. They are becoming angry and they are becoming sick. They are sad. They are all sad. Soon enough they will be depressed. Riots will come.
yeah, don't worry about that. The people will come to you with their demands.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, when the new players are starting playing Capital, they actually have these problems, and we have a lot of complaints in the early versions that the game is too hard. Like people ask for everything at the same time, and we are working to make a good curve that will allow new players to get a grip on the game economy and still have some pressure from the people.
uh, Shiryu in the voice chat, he just loves to see everything burn. But just give me time, Shiryu. Give me time. This will burn in a second.
Yeah, and
This is divided in three major parts. The game: the working hours, the free time, and the rest time. When people are resting, they just sleep. If I assume it correctly, on their free time, they go to public buildings to entertain themselves or to eat, and they work in the working hours. Is it like this? Am I correct?
yeah, so there's work shift, free time, and night when people sleep. During a free time, people visit buildings that fulfill their needs: food, nutrition, entertainment, and health. When they sleep during night, and this well, the economy in the game have a pace. Like during a work shift, when you have a lot of factories, they require gold, and
Mm-hmm.
they spend gold, and you need to know about it. That if in the morning before the working shift, for example, you spend all your gold, then you'll have problems because some of the buildings won't start produce resources because they don't have enough gold. But once the work shift is over, people start spending money, and this money goes into budget. So in the evening, you'll have a lot of gold. Uh, yeah, and there is a lot of small things that you have to understand about capital economy. that actually allow you to become an efficient manager. Regular gamers, when they just start playing Capital, they think that if you build a lot of buildings, then you'll produce a lot of resources and you will become a richer. And this is not the case.
No.
Like if you build 3 wood factories, they'll just spend all the gold you have in a half of a work shift, and then they'll stop, and your economy actually will stumble upon that. It's better to have like a one wood factory that will work through the whole shift without stoppage.
Yeah, I
Uh,
have to stop my factory once. I do not remember why. In the
yeah,
on my walkthrough when I
and
tested the game.
you have these options in the games, and you can hold production just to maintain a good flow of resources. Uh, and this is also feels more realistic than in games where you just produce resources out of nothing. You just build a gold mine, upgrade it to a max level, and it provides you with an infinite amount of gold for the rest of the time.
Oh damn it! I've not built near the roads.
Well, you can build a road.
Yeah,
Well, there
yeah.
were times when we didn't have this feature. You can build roads, but you can delete them. But now you can do the same, build and delete. Well, you can, for now, you can build the road from the other side.
Yeah, yeah.
Will improve, will
I think
definitely improve.
no, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it was my bad. It's my bad. Yeah, I've misplaced the building.
Yeah. But it's a common mistake that everyone can make, and will make, I think, will make buildings transparent when you place a cursor upon them so you can see what's behind them. Uh, we have to implement 2D graphics because we were very limited on a budget. And also, you can't rotate camera, and it implies some limitations on players' view. But we'll find ways how to make it good experience.
I was forced to make an hospital because people are dying. I do not know why. It's
Yeah.
just because they do not have food or shelter or anything.
Well, you have a panel of problems in the center,
Yeah,
in the bottom center,
I'm
so you
highlighting
can
them.
check
Yeah.
these icons. But you can't expect that if people will spend nights near bonfires in the autumn, that they won't get sick and die. So you have to proceed with quest lines, provide them with medicine, and finally provide them with houses.
And
In this
not
case, the chance
yes.
of disease will drop considerably.
Yes, yes. Let me just build also ale house. Oh, but I have the sign there that it tells me that I'm not connected to a road. I was just a noob. I'm just a noob. The sign is there. You have the warning set. You have set the warning. I
Yeah,
just did not notice it. And now the lady. Now it was time to make the hospital. We have several characters. I've came across from 2 or 3. They often make demands or suggest things for us to do. This time is
yeah.
Abigail, the nurse. Not
These
the
are
nurse,
your
but
advisors that represent each class, and they actually explain you the position of each class. They argue with each other which building must be built in the first place and which decision must be made. Uh, one more thing.
yes.
My phone, I've connected it, so it's charging, but it's still showing very low
Oh, battery.
battery. I don't know how long will it last. So if I'll disconnect it, it's probably because the battery runs out. But I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah. If you have every the all the money in the world, what will you add or change in this game if you have the opportunity?
For now, I can say, 3 years into the projects makes you tired, actually. So, and for now, we're focused on finishing this game. And of course, once I'll take a good rest, probably a vacation, months or two, I'll have plenty of this, what to improve, actually, to make the game more interesting, and to make this game so it stand out more from a city builder genre. But for now, we just are focused on releasing it on time in the best possible quality. We have a huge feature list, actually, very tight deadlines. So there is a lot of stuff that we want to see in the game, and we're just focused on finishing this task for now, and
Yeah.
then have some rest, and then with a fresh head we can figure out what to do next.
In my opinion, this game already stands out from the common city builder. From everything that you have described, it's not a common city builder. It's one of a kind, I think.
Well, I hope that we have succeeded into achieving this goal. This was actually the core idea of why we started this project, because I worked for 15 years in different companies and just creating social games, mobile games, browser games, just to the main purpose of these games were just to earn money.
Mhm.
So and I just got so tired of it. I wanted to create games which provide people with new aspect on some complex topic, for example, or maybe new gameplay mechanics. And this is why I decided to become an indie game developer, and this
Oh,
is why we are now working
the
on
first
this game.
riot, the first riot. Shiryu, you will be pleased. We have now the first riot. Let me see where it is. And
It's not a riot.
it's
It's just a
a
protest.
protest. It's a protest.
Yeah,
I can solve
riots will come later.
I can solve the problem with booze. They want a cabaret. I already have one. So this one was easy. I just have to entertain the nobles. They just have to go to
Yeah,
the cabaret. And
you
this
have
one,
to.
we need high quality alcohol. We'll pay well, deliver alcohol. I have already what is the name of the place? It's a Peg House. Peg House delivers alcohol. So I just have to wait. Oh, this was not a problem. It was the first one. Are these events scripted in on some way?
Everything is scripted into the computer game.
Oh, yeah, of
There's
course.
just a chance that some event will happen, but their order is randomly. Well, we try to bring as much sandbox aspects into the game as possible, so a lot of stuff happens with a chance. So in the next playthrough, the events will be different. Well, except the main storyline, which will remain the same.
Now my people are becoming fat. They are becoming. Their health is improving. They are just very depressed. They are all depressed. They need entertainment.
You need to build hubs.
I'm following the quest line as we speak.
Yeah, you also need, of course, to provide enough alcohol, and there is also timing aspect because people spend time while visiting each building, canteen, or pub, and buildings have a visitors limit. I think it's four. So four visitors
Three.
can be at the same time. Oh, three.
Three.
Then
Yes.
after upgrade, it will be four.
Oh,
Uh,
oh.
Other people will have to wait in the queues, and when people wait in the queues, they don't have the opportunity to visit another building before it is closed. So you'll have to upgrade your buildings so that they will
Mm-hmm.
allow more visitors. And you also need to actually use smart building placement, because if you build a house in one part of the game of the map and cafe in the other corner of the map, people just will spend time just walking from one place to another. And before it will reach the cafe, it will be closed. So you have to build uh, building close to each other,
Yes,
depending on
that's
the class.
an excellent point.
Yeah, you have
I
to
was
build
making
close.
the completely the wrong clusters. Yes, but the clusters should be around classes and not around the theme of the
Yeah,
building.
exactly. So you'll have workers districts, noble districts, and or poor district or rich district,
Yep.
and all this matter quite a lot in the game. Just random placement buildings all around the map won't make your economy efficient, and an inefficient economy won't be able to satisfy people with the resources.
Mm-hmm. Now people are speaking. People know we have another character in the game, uh, and just to give us the storyline, and we have to send alcohol to the customer. Where is the main story? Build an academy. To build an academy, I will have to pass an act on education, sign the act, and Mrs. Simons just told me that this is the first step on progress and develop. Now we'll have to build a school. Uh, uh, I do not
Academy.
academy. I do not. I did not recall the name.
Yeah, you've reached a point where you can unlock academies that will allow you to research innovations and other researches.
Let me
And this
see.
is also very important.
Yeah. I have to
Like,
unlock ritual service because dead bodies are starting to pile up.
yes, they'll increase disease chance,
Yeah.
and they will become a problem, which must be taken care of.
So let us build an academy and see what happens. Now I'm just oh no roads again. Damn it. I had to rotate it. Let me build a road if I can. I cannot. Where is the
And
protest?
why not?
What do they want? Um, they want a cabaret. They already. Uh, I think I have no space, no room to do it. Let me just. Yes, no road. Do I have to?
You have to rotate it, or you can just build a road.
But I do not. Ah, there's a road. Can I build it behind it? No, it has to be on
Yes,
the front, isn't it? Or behind is
yeah.
enough.
You can build it behind. Each building have two entrances, in
Okay,
front and in the behind.
okay. I've seen it. Now the rich people do not want the poor guys to be educated. Something that I will not worry about at this moment. Sir Offenberg seems like a German guy. May Baron von Offen. This should be something about military, I guess.
Yeah, it's former chief of the security. He wants you to build a police department, prison,
Oh,
secret service, secret department, and pass laws that allow you to arrest citizens
and oppress
and
people. I
to,
know. I, I've noticed
yeah,
that. That's cool.
military kind of guy.
So public security. I do not think I will pass public security by now. Can be signed in 24 hours, available in 14 hours. So not today. Today I cannot do anything. People need to be entertained and drunk, I think. Entertainment, alcohol. Okay. So at this point, there's not much I can do to follow the storyline. Let me just demolish stuff. It's more or less, the space is more or less okay.
And did you build the academy?
Yes, it's here.
Then I suggest that you start researching something. Because people are arriving, your population will grow, and your plants just won't be able to produce
Where's
enough
the?
resources
Oh, it's
unless you
there.
upgrade them.
Oh, okay. I'm talking to you, and I did not notice the research tree. There we go.
Yeah, it's quite important.
Yeah, I want warehouses desperately. I have no food, no food also, which is fine. People do not need to be always eating.
Well, the one thing I figure out while playing the Capital, it's actually quite an interesting task to build a game and to learn the game, how it really works, how to make it efficient. And I figure out that while warehouses seems to be a good building that is useful, for experienced player, it must be built in the last place. Because a really efficient mayor, he must spend resources all the time, and he should not have lots of stuff stockpiled. This means that economy doesn't work in
Yeah,
its maximum.
I understand
Like,
what you are saying. Yeah.
yeah, once you have the resources, you must build something or order an upgrade. And if you are experienced players and you know what to build and how to spend resources efficiently, then warehouses actually is the last building you need. So you should build houses so there were no homeless people, maybe another wood plant, and warehouses in the last place when actually you reach the next tier of buildings which require more resources than you actually can stockpile. Only in this case you have to build warehouses, and also you need to research them too.
Yeah. It's the first research in the research tree. I have the infrastructure. Damn it. I could
Yeah,
go to
you
the
have.
pharmacy. But okay. Well, what
Yeah,
is done, it is done.
I to prefer to research pharmacy because it will help you to mitigate problems with citizens' health.
Yeah.
Hospital just won't have enough space to provide medicine for everyone, and pharmacy can help.
I do not think I will meet the demands of my. Oh.
I think you're researching warehouses so
Yes.
already.
Yes.
Yeah, once you uh, pass retail service laws, and how many dead bodies you have in your city?
A lot. 37.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yes, I have to.
Bit too much.
I'm getting some. I'm starting to sweat. People are just laying around there.
Yeah, so this should be your priority retail service.
Yeah,
Uh,
and we have to wrap it up also. Uh, let me. I was trying to get the next chapter, but to the police, so we can see a real protest, a real revolt. But I was not able to because I'm talking to you all the time. You are a joy to listen, a real joy to listen. It's quite different to be alone and talking about the game when we are with a developer and we see all the love that he has around the game that he built, someone like you, Lepovic, it's quite humbling for me at least, and I can never pay much attention to the game that I'm playing because it's so enriching to just listen to you and to absorb what you have to tell us and your experience. It's fantastic. I have to thank you to be with me and with us with IndieX to apply and to show us our game that for me one of my favorite genres. It's just excellent and very demanding after some time playing it. And I have to wish you good luck from now on. You are not on my hands, but I've loved the game. I love being here with you, and I love playing it. Any final words?
Yeah, thank you. And also, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to showcase the game, show it to the people. I hope this will allow us to reach larger audience.
Yeah, I hope so. Also, I hope so. You clearly deserve it. So, for everyone around that are still with us, we will end up the stream. I thank you all to be here with us that accompanied the stream, and see you next time. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Join the revolution. Wishlist the game. Bye bye.
Thank you for being with me. I can now let you go. Sorry about the confusion in it was my first stream with a developer, so I have to set everything up. The first time it's the worst. So good luck.
No problem with that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.